In 2009, James Cameron took us to a new world. In 2022, he showed us the way of water. But will we be able to blow through the ash and walk through the fire of this new tale, this new adventure? You're about to find out in the next episode of Cinestro.
Cinestro for the cast. It's your weekly gold mine. Stay tuned in. Stay tuned in. They got the beats, got those comic spins. I stay tuned in. Stay tuned.
You know what? I'll give it to you. I'll let you have it.
That was elite.
So what are we talking?
Do this shit.
Avatar,
Do this
Fire
shit.
and Ash, right?
Welcome back to the Cinestro Core. Yes, today we are talking. Not only are we talking Avatar: Fire and Ash, the most recent installment in the Avatar franchise, we are also going to be recapping briefly the first and second movie, kind of giving you guys some, for whatever reason, if you have not seen these two previous films by now, at least you'll get some kind of Spark Notes recap from us on this, and of course our exquisite and expert analysis of the third film. But before we do that, welcome back to Cinestro News Network. News block is real short this week because we elected not to really do news this week since we have so much we want to talk about with Avatar, and we're going to be joined by two more people here in a little bit, so it's going to be a full house. But for the news this week, all we've got is that James Gunn recently announced that hope I'm saying his name right. Lars Eidinger has been cast as Brainiac in Man of Tomorrow, and I, for one, I'm here for it. I don't know this dude. I've not seen.
I don't either. I thought Luis would have known him.
You know what? He's an unknown. He's about to cook.
Can't say I'm big on German cinema.
Can't say I'm big on Germany. Period.
Yeah, for real as fuck. But yes, I think the guy looks. I think the guy just from a strictly physical perspective, I think he looks the part.
Yeah,
I don't know what. I haven't seen really any negative reactions to it. People seem to be like, yeah, okay, we'll see. I trust James. I know we all know that I love glazing him, but I think in regards to casting, he would not fumble a casting as big as Brainiac. I think he knows the importance that character holds and kind of like how excited and people are to see that character on screen. So I think that he would handle it with care. And I think he truly, and the fact that he picked an actor who to American audiences is unknown is really indicative of kind of like the fact that he picked the best actor for the job, you know?
Mm-hmm. Because, like, you guys know my choice, my number one choice for Brainiac was Matt Smith. I think he would have brought a certain energy to the role that is needed for Brainiac.
Yeah, he's got a cranium, which is
you got a cranium, but also he's a phenomenal actor. Like, if you see him in not Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, as Daemon, fucking insane, so good, and I think he would kill it. Also, he's the best part of Caught Stealing,
hands down,
amongst other things. But
he's also
he's the best part of Caught Stealing.
He's also genuinely the best Doctor Who.
Yes, how can I forget Doctor Who?
Sure,
probably his biggest
the
role.
11th Doctor, the absolute.
I don't watch that. I've never seen that shit, but yeah,
I'm not British, so I didn't really care.
Exactly. But yeah, so big news, important news, and I think great casting by James. Again, we'll see how Supergirl does, and we'll see if he loses all the good grace that he built with Superman if Supergirl flops. So we might not even get to see Brainiac on the big screen.
There is also one more piece of news related to DC before we go into the Avatar news. Something I found out. James Gunn has threatened us with another season of Creature Commandos, but in addition to the new season, Captain Atom is going to be making his DCU debut.
Which
is interesting because, like, all he does, just every single time he has a significant appearance, he explodes.
Exactly.
So he's just gonna die,
bro. You remember in Flashpoint
so
when They announced. I think they said he was in Flashpoint, and I watch it, and he's there, and he's just to be a nuclear battery, and he fucking blows up or some shit.
And then
I was
that's
like,
it.
He's also in Kingdom
That's
Come where
all
he
he
famously
does.
explodes in the fucking stratosphere. Like he just blows up a lot. I think he does it in DC. Like he's just a stick of dynamite, like a cartoon
Bro,
character.
Az. He's the fucking DC Moomin Rider. Like
The moment, right?
he just fucking shows up to get fucking bitched.
Oh
So,
man,
I don't know. We'll see. Creature Commandos. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Okay.
Mm. I was about to say something, but let's carry on. Speaking of creatures, let's talk to y'all about them blue creatures.
That was it for the Sinestro News Corner.
The disgusting blue creatures. The
disgusting
No.
blue creatures.
half the things I was about to say will get us flagged,
Yeah,
so
don't
I
get that
won't.
shit. Let's not get.
So I'm not gonna say
not
it.
get canceled.
But let's start at the top,
dirty
man.
sea
So
monkeys.
Az, my fault. Luis. See, I said black people look alike. Luis.
Yeah, I am black. This is true. I look just like AZ. Me and AZ look exactly alike.
Luis, give us
1000%.
the recap of Avatar.
Yeah,
real
well, so
quick.
we'll just
Tell the fans at home.
recap. We'll recap Avatar 1 and 2. Talk about pretty much our general feelings about the franchise and about these movies before getting into Fire and Ash. But basically, the first Avatar movie follows a character, Jake Sully, played by
Sam Worthington.
And his arrival on Pandora due to the integration of the Avatar program and the bond he formed with the Omarikaya clan, which is the main clan of the Na'vi on that planet, of the indigenous people on that planet. He goes on a journey of learning the Na'vi ways, rejecting his human ties, and fighting back against the RDA's quest to mine as much unobtainium, which is a rare substance native to Pandora, as possible. The RDA is responsible for destroying the Omaticaya clan's giant home tree, which has a large deposit of unobtainium beneath it. Jake and the Omaticaya clan stop the RDA from demolishing the Tree of Souls, with Neytiri killing Quaritch in the final duel to protect Jake. So Grace, which is Sigourney Weaver's character, consciousness becomes part of Ewa through the Tree of Souls, even though she dies before her transfer to the Na'vi avatar body is complete. After finding a place and purpose among the Na'vi, Jake has a successful consciousness transfer, and most humans leave Pandora too, per the Na'vi's orders. So that's Avatar 1. That's basically a brief overview of what happens in that movie. Now, here's what happens in The Way of Water, which is the sequel, which came out 13 years. Oh, go for it.
Before we do the recap of part 2 of Avatar, Way of Water, just want to touch on some things from the first movie about how impactful it was on not just film, but like technology and culture. And Avatar.
Some people would argue it has no impact on culture.
I disagree. I think it has one of the most massive impacts of culture. Think about 2009. What were we doing in 2009? I think Obama. It was his first year. We were 1 year into the Obama.
I was in middle school, I think.
Yeah, I was in middle school, junior high. We had a couple Transformers movies going around. We had some bullshit happening in the, all types of stuff was going on in 2009. Clash of the Titans. Thank you. Also a Sam Worthington joint. Also ass. Well,
also is crazy. It is ass. That movie is ass. But
I think with Avatar, just the revolutionization of different filming techniques. Mind you, James Cameron had been making films for years before Avatar. This is his passion project, and you can tell the level of care and commitment that he put forth in the first movie and the second one and the third one. But the first one, really is a game changer. It's so beautiful. It's visually striking is the term I used once I rewatched it when I got older. Because I mean, I'm my kid. I'm like, oh shit, blue people. Oh shit, it's cool. Now as I became a registered cinephile,
certified cinephile, registered on the cinephile registry.
Convicted
cinephile.
Once I got older and became deeper in my cinephile ways, I just have an even stronger appreciation for that first movie.
No,
so
I mean, it made
any
Avatar 1. The first one made $2.9 billion. which I think is pretty indicative of kind of like
put that in my pocket.
2.9 billion. Avatar 2, Way of Water made 2.3. You know, so that says a lot about these movies, and I think the cultural impact that they have. I personally did not really enjoy the first Avatar movie. I was like, it's fine, whatever, I guess. I thought it was kind of like paint by numbers from a storytelling perspective. And I was just like, yeah, it looks cool, but Sam Worthington fucking sucks. This is just kind of bland. It's whatever. My feelings about this franchise changed when the second one came out.
Yes.
And we'll get into that. But yes, so that's basically Avatar 1. So Avatar 2, The Way of Water came out.
To add on that last bit you just mentioned, and of course we're going to dive into this deeper as we get into the part 2 breakdown, part 2 recap, and then of course our discussion on Fire and Ash. Sam Worthington, the other film he was in around that time was Terminator Salvation. Now
dog shit, nothing but dog shit.
Now,
and he's the worst part of everything he's in.
No.
yes.
Look,
Yes.
Terminator Salvation, as far as a film,
mute his shit.
Otherwise
Mute his shit right now.
Turbulent franchise.
I'm gonna let him speak.
No.
This isn't a Terminator Salvation pod. That movie fucking sucks.
And
he sucks in it.
Sam Worthington. If it's relating to Sam Worthington,
I do want to hear what AZ's. Yeah, I want to hear what AZ says on this.
Here's my theory about Sam Worthington. He is intrinsically in every movie that he's in, just like a guy. Just a guy. Like your average dude who is just like, I will do the thing that is good. I will do this. It's just a guy. Just like a blank slate, self-insert kind of character. And I think that malleability, when paired with the attention to detail that James Cameron has had to his passion project, is what makes Sam Worthington work in these movies. Because I feel like if you had somebody that's just like a little bit more talented or a little bit too... Because I think who was the other one that they wanted to originally have, and then he didn't go with the deal for the gross? It was Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, one of the most talented and like legit actors you can pick for a role. He's been in.
Sam Worthington fucking sucks. Sam Worthington's dog shit. He can't act. He's no. In these movies, but man, he's so bad.
But what I'm thinking is, like me personally, this is my confession time to the audience.
Yes,
I am the naysayer of the Avatar franchise. I think that they're just from naysaya. My apologies to the Nate community.
No hard R.
But like, I admire from a filmmaking standpoint, a technological standpoint, what these films accomplish. I think that they are incredible spectacles, but I think they're mostly that. I don't find them to be anything.
We can discuss this later
when
we get into the discussion about Fire and Ash.
I'll go into, but I think maybe.
This is just.
But I was thinking maybe like if Matt Damon hypothetically should have, could have, would have in that other feature, maybe a little bit more gravitas. I might have resonated with it better.
Lot more gravitas.
Bro,
trying to be nice.
Go watch. I can throw a coin down. You can watch any Matt Damon film, and that shit would be good. Ford vs Ferrari, The Martian, Elysium,
the Bourne movies,
all 60 of them. Fucking Odyssey comes out next year.
Better movie. Sam Worthington sucks. Yes. But that's not.
Speaking of a better movie, Luis, tell us about Avatar: Way of Water.
Yeah, so Way of Water came out.
Baptize us, my brother.
Came out 13 years later after the original Avatar, and this one largely takes place many years after the first film. Way of Water follows Jake and Tyrion and their children as they lead more attacks against the RDA, who have returned to Pandora with a new mission and with more destruction. So in this movie, Quaritch is brought back when a copy of his mind is merged with a hybrid Na'vi body. He ultimately kidnaps a human boy named Spider, who is the real Quaritch's biological son, using him to track down Jake and his family after they flee. So Jake and his family find safety with the Metkaina clan. Loak, which is one of his sons, bonds with the clan's leader's daughter, Tisseria, and the banished Tulkun, Payakan, Korch ultimately finds them by hunting down the Tulkun, leading to a massive war between the RDA army and Korch's disposal. At Korch's disposal, and the Sully family, plus the Metcaina clan, with extra help from the Payakan. So, the Way of Water wraps after their eldest son, Netayem's death, with the Sully family reunited and Korch fleeing after being saved by Spider. Okay, so this movie, yeah, I think it's much better than the first.
Significantly
better. I think it's an incredible piece of filmmaking, and I think it really sets up what this franchise can be, what this story can be, what these characters can be, and kind of it's James Cameron really finding his footing from a filmmaking and a storytelling perspective. And I think the first one just had to make that one to get that out of the way, get all that setup out of the way, and this is really the meat and potatoes and the brunt of the story that he's trying to tell is 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6 or whatever the fuck. But yeah,
agreed. I think as iconic and revolutionary that the first Avatar was, I feel like the second one was even more iconic to me, at least, because think about it, it's been 13 years since your first film, and the fact that it was able to still draw in a massive audience,
$2.3 billion it made at the box office.
2.3 billion wows. Bro, you can't hate. You cannot hate. James really Cameron unmatched on that shit, man. That's one thing you have to give Jimbo. He's got it. Whatever it is for directing.
Okay. It came out 2022. So mind you, this is post-COVID, and this is when vaccines were starting to roll out, and people were not going to the movies. Yet, and this movie made $2.3 billion.
I literally waited for like the week after, not the week after. It was like around the weekend of opening weekend. I had gone back to Houston. It was around this time too, Christmas time, I believe. And me and my cousins watched it, and I was like, "Dog, y'all about to be in for some master class." It was beautiful, so beautiful, and they enjoyed it. And the theater was not full, but not empty. You can tell that it was people still trying to trickle back and get back to watching movies in person, given the circumstances of the world. But it was just so beautiful to still have that connection with folks in such a special film, you know. Like we've covered, I don't even know how many films we've covered on this channel by now. We're on episode 172. Let's just chalk it up to 150 movies over the span of 3 years. And I think Avatar, The Way of Water, stood out to me so big because not only was it, like I said, reintroducing us to Pandora, but telling a new story, a new element of the Pandora narrative. We're seeing a new tribe be brought onto the screen, and I was like, wow, James Cameron. also another James who's got it. But James Cameron, fucking insane, bro. Way of Water. Oh my God, I was glazed up. I was glazed down. Real quick, we are joined by Graham. He's made it free from the shackles.
The chains of capitalism, which bind
of capitalism.
Our brother in employment has made it.
We just recapped Avatar 1 and 2. We haven't even started talking about 3, so don't worry.
Yeah, you made it just in time.
Now we haven't gotten into 3.
We're just glazing the first 2 films right now.
Now, Graham, thank you for joining me to fight these.
I won't leave you hanging.
2 ignorant simpletons, for they know not what they do.
What did I do?
but me and Graham,
you just don't know ball.
On the much more,
I
guess, moderate to just like high kind of perspective on these films, more so. Like, granted, they do push the boundaries and everything, and they are quite impressive. But you guys have both said the second one is like the major shift. I'm interested to hear Graham's thoughts on what you guys think is the turning point of the franchise. Graham, what do you think about the second Avatar film specifically?
It took, I think I've tried 4 times And y'all know I like spectacles. I love movies with.
I'm wearing some.
I love movies with worlds
Same.
and with lore, and and what James has done is build his own mythology.
Yeah,
to an extent. And it's like, and it makes me sick to even make this comparison. The closest thing you could compare it to is like a Star Wars or a Lord of the Rings, because like,
but good.
It's no.
No, don't. I'll let you have the Star Wars thing, but you can't get Lord of the Rings. That's just rude.
Because that's insane.
Violation.
The second one,
criminal.
Literally, the only thing it does different is that it's in water. Like the story is okay. It's got water and it's got kids.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
But it's just not. I mean. It doesn't push a boundary.
What the fuck are you talking about,
I think
man?
the only thing that to me it has is just like it looks cool. And I mean, even when I say it looks cool, I think it looks like a PlayStation 3 game.
That's absurd. That's ridiculous.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
And here, I'm just not gonna stop. I'm just not gonna keep talking because he's gonna use this soundboard for reaction.
I understand, Graham, because there's like this thing. I realized that like me and sometimes like other people will have it in certain movies where somebody will be like, wow. Look at that. It looks so realistic. But your brain knows, like, at the heart of heart that it's CGI, so it doesn't look as, like, I guess, as immersive to you. And the movie doesn't stand out on its own, so you're not as invested to where you feel it's as real. That's kind of how I feel.
I'm the same way.
Like,
and I think we got what we got visually out of the first movie. And don't get me wrong, I watched the first movie 2 times in theaters. I don't think I ever watched it again at home. And there's no need to, because it's meant to be on a theater on this big screen in 3D.
Yeah.
And I think, to me,
IMAX.
I think to me, a movie hits hard when it's something you can turn on at home and you could watch a marathon of at the crib, and it hits the same. It might obviously hit different in the theater and is a spectacle, but I think that's what, to me, makes a difference in this franchise compared to Star Wars, compared to Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Dune.
I was actually just about to bring up Lord of the Rings, because, like, Lord of the Rings and Dune especially. Dune is a movie that I've seen both in theaters and at home, and it hits just as well. Lord of the Rings, I never got the chance to see.
Have you seen Dune 1? I was a small
child, and
it's boring as fuck.
Oh, I don't watch Dune 1. You only watch Dune 2.
Yeah. You're lying.
Okay.
You're a fucking liar.
Let me tell you something.
Lord of the Rings.
Let me tell you something.
There's no
Dune 1.
Lord of the Rings.
In
Lord of the
theaters,
Rings. Very
Dune
elite.
1 in theaters. Stellar.
Yes.
What the fuck is going on at the house?
Boring as fuck.
And that's
I gave it a 4. I think I gave it a 4 or 5 stars when I rated it. But after watching it again, bro, it does drag. It's good. It's a good fucking film.
That's how Avatar, both of them, feel to me. It gives me Dune 1 at home. Like, I would rather play Frontiers of Pandora, the Avatar game, because it looks the exact same as it does on film.
I'd rather play Tron Evolution than watch
it looks
Tron
the
Legacy.
exact same as
it looks the same. It looks the same.
Listen. I'm not going to be trying. Listen, I said earlier that I agree with Graham, and I do agree to some extent. But everything he said about it looking like a PS3 game, I will not be tried at The Hague with this man. I will not say I don't agree with that.
I'm on it till death.
That ain't got shit to do with
maybe
me.
PS4.
That ain't got shit to do with me.
I mean,
push your snipers away.
This shit ain't no PS5 Pro.
But it's
frames per second thing. I'd rather watch Spy Kids 3D if you're gonna make me watch something in 3D. I'm watching Spy Kids.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
the way that I feel about Avatar is the way that I feel about like whenever anybody else, like, not to be a contrarian, but like, you know, when somebody likes something and it's popular and you just can't get why, like Taylor Swift or Coldplay, right? Like things for white people. This is my thing for white people that I
I
don't
agree completely,
understand.
and I'm
I
white.
look
Hey, not too much on Coldplay, bro. Let Coldplay alone.
it's just
You niggas heard clocks?
I don't get it. There's things there where I'm like, okay, the spectacle, but beyond that, to get this level of motion, it has to have something. Because think about it, right? We admire from the filmmaking perspective,
Dude,
right?
and
Of the
maybe in 10
technicality
years,
and all the
we might
technology
change our mind. Like maybe in
and
10 years,
all the behind the scenes, right? But the general audience, mind blown by it, and I
think
don't get it.
I think you're being disingenuous by saying, "Oh, the only thing that this movie offers that's positive is like the technology and visuals."
No,
because
not only positive, but only thing that stands out as mind blowing to me. Everything else, I'm just like,
rewatch Way of Water
not as
and watch
immersive.
Fire and Ash, and I promise you that the action set pieces in these movies are incredible.
okay, now
James
Fire and Ash
Cameron
looks more appealing to me than Way of Water because I think the water thing, okay, it's underwater. It looks like the same shit they were doing in the first movie, flying around. Like it doesn't look.
I think Fire and Ash is a better
but
movie
it's
than
wet.
Way of Water.
I could
It's wet
I
brain.
can completely see that because it looks like it has a more interesting villain. But
It does.
that's not like.
Okay.
Part of me does hate that I don't like this.
No, that's okay. That's fine. It's I mean,
Maddie likes it,
we
and
talked-
I don't
we
think
talked-
she watched the second one, but she loves
Yeah.
the first one.
She'd love the
And
second and she'd love the third.
When I watched the first one, like the first time I watched, I was like, "Bro, that was okay. That was cool." Second time, I was just like, "Bro, the story is like that's the story to me.
Story
It
sucks,
don't
yeah.
hit. It just don't hit, and I don't.
Oh, go ahead. Keep going.
I just don't see how it got better in the second one, and I don't think the second one was a big enough of a step to make me be seating in the theater day one for Avatar 3.
Interesting. Watch it. Get back to us. I think is the only thing that I can say.
Yeah,
and I agree. Like I do want to go see it. I'm gonna go watch it in the.
I am willing to be wrong 100%. I'm willing to be wrong.
I will admit that the storyline is it's a story we've seen and heard before because it's this white boy they dropped into a foreign land who is
it's a white savior movie. Yes,
and he does it again in the second film, and he does it again in the third film. However, I can
what are you
I
gonna
will
do with the
say,
fourth one?
Man must endure. They've
I
had
will
it
say
too
that
bad for too long.
Here's the thing. That's the foundation of each movie. But they do something different in each one. Even though I said that I was a little on the fence as far as Fire and Ash goes, I can still I appreciate that they do something different with that narrative. It's not the same.
But it's not. But
RDA is coming to fuck shit up.
It's not.
Jake is gonna fight the RDA. Let's go. And that's
okay. But part 3
stuff each time.
You know, like okay, the people that he came from are coming to this section of the planet. It's the same thing. Oh shit!
But it's like it's not just oh, look at this white boy who's assimilated into this culture. Now he's like
okay. Now let's look at this white boy and his kids.
Yeah, well, I mean that is a part of it.
I mean, and he
God damn, bro. God forbid a motherfucker be earnest, and God forbid a movie be
white boy have motion.
Get a little motion.
But no, but I think in all honesty, like I do think, like despite the fact that yes, it is a white savior movie. Yes, despite the fact that it is something that is a story that we've seen lots of times before, done much more poorly. It's derivative. Sure, but I do think that setting it in a place that's not Earth, setting it in with a set of characters who are not humans, like and making you're like But
no, I agree. But here's the thing: they're leading up to them coming back to Earth.
Right, exactly. What I'm trying to say is that all the in between stuff is what matters. It's like you're like, oh, the storyline's basic. Okay, yes, but what matters are these characters' relationships with one another. I know you haven't seen the second one and you haven't seen the third, so it is kind of like falling on deaf ears for the most part.
I know the outline of 2.
Yeah. But it is different seeing and experiencing these characters' lives and seeing and experiencing these character relationships with one another, as opposed to hearing about it, right? And I do think that for me, right, why I like these movies so much. Yes, they're, I think, visually breathtaking. Yes, I think the action is like incredibly done and impeccably done. I do think, although some of the acting and the writing is not that great, I do like I think its scope and its epicness and it's how I think the world that James Cameron has built makes me like, I just like coming back here, bro. And it might be just like stupid and just like dumb, like,
I think, hey,
just,
you like what you like, bro, but you don't like
exactly.
Lord of the Rings. So what you're saying
Exactly.
about Avatar is what probably the mass populace thinks about Lord of the Rings. And I feel like this is this generation's Lord of the Rings.
What's it right? It's like a fantasy epic, you know, and it is what it is, and it fills a lot of boxes and a lot of holes, and either you like it or you don't. But like, to talk about Fire and Ash really quickly, like I watched it 3D IMAX, right? So the way that it was intended, that God James Cameron himself intended for us to watch the movie. And like I told you guys in the group chat, there was multiple times in the movie where I turned to my brother and I was like, oh my God. It looks incredible, like truly incredible. And there's some action set pieces where I looked at it and I was like, Jesus Christ, they did that.
And God, the man's worked on it for 20 fucking years.
I'm gonna interrupt.
Exactly. And you can
better be fucking good.
And you can see.
Interrupt real quick so we can.
No. And you can see the care.
No, we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch to the main.
I want to know what Hefe thinks.
First, I want to let everyone, let Efe know where we're at in the discussion, get him caught up. Efe, first of all, everyone, Efe has joined us now. He's been on the channel before. That's my boy. Everybody tap back in with Efe here. So what we're on right now, bro, we've already discussed our news block. We've done a recap of Avatar 1. We've done a recap of Avatar 2. We're about to jump straight in, put our feet to the fire with Fire and Ash. And what we're doing something a little new with the show as a way to keep us on task and mitigate any crosstalk. We are starting a sort of around the horn type of thing, like on SportsCenter. Everyone will be given a set time limit to just discuss their points, and we'll go from person to person.
Even though we've discussed all our thoughts about the movies already.
What I did was I got a generator for the order, like kind of how we did the fantasy football draft. We'll start. I'll switch it up though, since Graham already spoke. Efe, go ahead and let the people at home know what you think about Avatar real quick. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to see Fire and Ash today. Boys got out of work pretty late, but it's all good. As far as my thoughts on Avatar as a series as a whole, I think kind of similar to what Luis was saying, it is a visual like marvel when you're looking at it. It's always an innovation when it comes to technology and just how it kind of stands out compared to contemporary movies at the time. And it seems to be that this film is no different from that. Something else too is that it's kind of like this phenomenon with Avatar, as it's essentially a film series that is able to have such reverence to it without having so many entries. Something that we haven't really seen in a while since like the Jurassic Parks, the original Jurassic Parks. I mean, since the Jurassic Parks, since the Terminators, since like those previous times when you would have films come out within like, you know, a 4-year span, 5-year span. This has gone so much where it's been like, what was it, like a 13-year span between the first two and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I think it's a testament to just how compelling the story is and just the narrative emotions around the idea of being able to, you know, essentially transfer your conscience into another realm. It's pretty similar to a lot of escapism fiction that we see, but this is in a different way where it kind of speaks to humanity more so than the rest of those.
Thank you, Efe. Thank you.
But I could think like the Matrix kind of does that too.
Okay.
Like,
The Matrix?
Yeah, like transfer of conscience into like a better.
Yeah, but I think
I will say with Avatar, there's one thing that I just now kind of connected, and it's very literal and it feels kind of cheesy, but it's something that I can at least say James Cameron did that's kind of endearing. Is there the whole concept of how Sully gets into the world of the Na'vi and gets invested within their culture and sees them as people, is that he gets literally put into their shoes, like he literally sees the world through their eyes because he gets put into a Na'vi body, and it's like very on the nose, but it's like it's cute. I'll give him that. It's
Well, I
nice.
mean, that's
I'll throw
the
him a
thing.
bone.
So if I may, it kind of reminds me things that it reminds me of, for sure, The Matrix. Kind of also reminds me of Spy Kids 3D a little bit.
Yes!
Graham just said that.
Bro,
This is crazy. The second
Bro.
Spy Kids connection this podcast
I
episode.
was
love
talking to a coworker today at work, and they were talking about, like, you know how bro like doesn't have legs, or not that he doesn't his legs.
He's paralyzed.
He's paralyzed pretty much, right? But when he gets into when he becomes a Navi, he can walk and stuff. That reminds me of like
Said
Jimmy's-
that motherfucker got no legs.
Papa Junie.
that
Can't
reminds
stand
me of
on
Jimmy's
business.
grandpa. Yeah, like Junior's grandpa, how he didn't have or shit. Let me stop saying that. How bro was in a wheelchair.
I mean, basically didn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
how bro was in a
no.
wheelchair, and then he gets like these new legs when he jumps into 3D verse and stuff like that.
And dreadlocks.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just really cool. It's a different way to put it. I'm gonna say I'm not as really like deep into it like other people are.
Invested.
Like, yeah, like I had it on my computer when I was in high school and stuff like that and everything. But for the most part, I do respect it as like a spectacle and as what James Cameron considers his magnum opus.
I agree completely. Mad respect for James Cameron. Like, dude's dedicated. I mean, drawing art for this when you're making crazy movies like Terminator 2, Aliens, but like, you know, this is his baby that he was making concept art for back in the 70s. Like, to me, that I love that. And
I mean,
I
hell,
wish
you compare it to even what's that? I always am going to get his name wrong. Coppola. It's Coppola, right?
Yeah,
Did I do it right? Did it right? Compare it to Coppola, who spent the majority of his life on Megalopolis, and what that is compared to like James Cameron and what he's achieved with this. You know, it's very interesting what an amount of like passion and care and attention to detail can
He's
do
brilliant.
when given two different sets of hands. It is
But
impressive.
I think
it is impressive.
I think what really speaks to me about these movies, like I mean, is that as somebody who's incredibly cynical, just in my day-to-day life, I do like, and even when it comes to the art that I consume, right, and like the kind of and like my taste that I've cultivated,
Jean-Claude
and the kind
film.
exactly, and the kind of
filmer.
and the kind of stuff that I like to just watch, right? I'm a very kind of like cynical, kind of like very like unhappy person, but I think that I really like the sense of hopefulness that these movies offer, and I'm just like, damn, dude, it looks great, the action is great, I was like, and the message that they're saying, although it's not anything new or innovative from a storytelling perspective, it just really hits me. I feel like it hits all the right notes. Right, it hits the family dynamic note. It hits the husband and wife note. It hits the father-son note. It hits the people fighting oppressors and colonizer note. It just hits all those things, and I think in such an effective manner that I can kind of disregard and ignore how basic and simple the story is, because he's crafted characters that I really care for. He's crafted characters whose journeys I'm really invested in. And like I said, ultimately it is kind of hopeful. So I'm just like, I really want to see what these characters do. And there is a sense of stakes in these movies. Because in the second one, we see his oldest son die. In this movie, we see a couple of side characters die as well. So it's like, there is, I don't know. It just, again, if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, you don't. But it just, I don't know why these movies really kind of like resonate with me. And I think they get, much like the Knives Out movies, I think these get better and better the more installments we get. And so,
well, I think it just more the world builds, it gets deeper and deeper, and it gets better. I think that really helps with the Knives Out franchise. And I think, go ahead.
I have to say, for me, I think it shows a lot of restraint for Disney to not try and, put some kind of arm or extension in this franchise, like a fucking miniseries or like even like a web.
Well, I mean, they're milking it when it comes to the Disney World parks and
Yep.
and
Well, fuck, that's everything though. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, but also when you got it, flaunt it. I mean, it's Disney. It's not like they're taking care of the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's a franchise on their plate.
Essentially, this is
We
the
should
same
expect that.
company that owns the MCU, and you see how like
Yeah.
And Star Wars and a bunch of shit now too.
But James, come on, James Cameron was probably like, I'm making this movie with y'all, and y'all, that's it. I'm the only
That's
motherfucker
it,
who can
yeah.
touch these.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
the
not
only
like
motherfucker
it's
who
not
can
like
touch
James
these.
Cameron is one of
Y'all
these
are
like newer
distributing
Marvel
it.
directors.
This is my movie.
right?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
and
James
he
Cameron.
has the
He can
and
boss
he
him
has the
around.
ball. Yeah, he has the balls to boss him around and not do a George Lucas and it's like, here,
Especially,
I can sell this franchise for
especially
$100 billion.
exactly.
Right off into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna make it how he wants to make it, regardless of
Until he dies.
people. Regardless of people
Yeah,
like me, who
90.
I'm sitting here like, dude, make other shit. You're so
think about
good.
that.
You're so creative. You're so amazing. Dude, do something different.
So here's my question:
Before,
you guys,
I was just going to say real quick before we keep going and deeper into discussion, get to our next point. Luis, give us a quick recap of Fire and Ash. Just catch the folks at home up if they haven't seen it. At this point now, if y'all are watching this episode, this is where the spoilers are going to begin. If you have not seen this movie and you don't want to be spoiled, tap out. Come back in about 30 minutes once we finish, shitting on it or praising it, whatever. But go ahead, Luis. Give us a breakdown of Fire and Ash real quick.
Just a simple little recap. Just Jake and Natiri's family are grappling with the grief after
the Blue Lottos
after Natayam's death, and they encounter a new aggressive Navi tribe called the Ash People, who are led by the fiery Varang, who is played by Una Chaplin, granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin. Great granddaughter Charlie Chaplin, and then the conflict on Pandora escalates, and then a new moral focus emerges. So it's just the son is learning to cope with the loss of his brother. Jake is trying to parent and also lead rebellion against the RDA. Neytiri is struggling with the fact that Spider is a part of the family, but he's also part of the people who killed her people. So. And then it's just basically an expansion. I really like how it's an expansion and an extension of the second movie, and it just adds bits and pieces, little bits and pieces here and there about new characters, new lands, new plot points, new action set pieces, and so I think Una Chaplin really steals the show as Varang. I think she's incredible. That's the main. That bad guy who's on all the posters, who's like covered in ash, the antagonist. She has like the red and the really big kind of like the headdressing. Yeah, the priestess. And so but fuck this movie. Look, there's no point really talking about it.
Is she really the antagonist? Because the real antagonist is corporate American capitalism.
Right. The RDA
that's going to bastardize that planet.
Exactly.
So, Varang is just a victim. She's also a byproduct of what's going on by the colonization by the RDA.
I really relate to her. She said, so Ye was like their god, right? She was like, the volcanoes. She said the fires came and consumed my people, and Yewa never came. And so she's an atheist now and doesn't believe in the god, which is so interesting because in this world, their god is quite literally like real and obvious and apparent and very much exists and is living within all these creatures. So I just thought that was
it'd be very interesting if it takes an inherently supernatural turn in the finale. That'd be fascinating.
I think the movies are. I think that's also kind of like a cool theme that James Cameron is playing on. I don't know what his personal religious ideologies are, but I really like how. I mean, Wake Up Dead Man. I talked about how I really liked this about that movie as well. I liked how faithful. As someone who is not a very religious or faithful person, I like when artists make a decision about something and then choose to follow through. And James Cameron's kind of like, no, there is a God in this world and in this on this planet, and she does kind of set things in motion, and all things are connected through her. And if you pray to her hard enough, she can. And then there's also like a Jesus Christ character who kind of came from a virgin birth, and she's kind of like the one who's chosen to like lead them all. Like there's just a lot of really like he's really grappling, I think, a lot of his religious trauma, and there's a lot of biblical what's it called, mirroring in regards to the storytelling. But that's a tale as old as time. Everybody does that.
No, you bring up a good point. As someone who used to be super involved in church, that is wow. I didn't even catch that until you just mentioned it. Kiri is the Immaculate Conception character.
Sigourney Weaver.
And we'll talk about Sigourney here in a minute as far as her performance. But Kiri, the character, whenever Sigourney's character dies in the first one, they bring her to be reborn or transferred to an avatar body. She gets transferred into a somewhat younger avatar than the standard avatar.
See, but that doesn't happen.
Whatever.
She dies and she gets she gets
into the spirit of Ewa.
Yeah. And then
Ewa brings her forth.
Kiri is the biological daughter of her avatar, of Sigourney Weaver's avatar.
Yes,
but she didn't.
Yeah, she didn't.
Yeah,
fuck.
she ain't do none of that.
Yeah. Allegedly, that's what she tells us.
Somebody was discovering the way of water back there.
Yeah, she discovered the way of water, all right. But
Oh my God.
no, but look, I'll keep it short.
They're connecting braids.
I thought this movie fucking ripped, bro. It was awesome. It was incredible. I know Matt had some issues, and maybe we can discuss about that, but discuss that really quickly. I did not feel like it dragged. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes, but I think they feel like a very brisk 3 hours and 15 minutes. I think that there's enough action and kind of like plot to really propel the movie forward. Way of Water did drag. I will say that. There's a lot of we're floating in the water.
Right.
This is how you swim.
Exploring. This is how you swim. Exactly.
It felt like a game that had a bunch of walking sequences.
Yes, bro.
That's trending.
You didn't get all the fast track locations.
So the levels have to load.
Walk.
So you have to walk.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Walk.
a bunch of those climb through like those little narrow places you have to cross.
Very
through and load
traversal
up the next
focused for
part.
no reason.
Assassin's Creed type shit.
No.
Yeah.
So Way of Water, does feel that way. I think this one doesn't. I think that there's like there's enough in it that really kind of changes up the
formula.
The formula. Yes, I do. It takes all the things that work about Avatar, like the world, the lore, the visuals, the setting, the characters.
About a franchise to where you can have a drag on like the second one, and then the third one, it doesn't even have like that word of mouth. Like you're gonna go see it. It's obviously made $350 million opening weekend, or something like that.
Insane.
It's got to. That movie cost so much. If it didn't, then they're fucked.
But that's really interesting to point out, because I think in today's day and age, 300. You think how much money you think Doomsday is gonna make?
More.
The general audience,
no,
counting or not counting.
You got to think about it like this. You got to think about it like this, right? We're in a situation to where multiple studios have these mass-produced products that they're willing to take big swings of cash at, right? They're willing to throw millions, sometimes even billions, if they're feeling really frisky, at the wall to make these giant spectacles. And Avatar,
billions of dollars on movie, I'm telling you.
I'm being hyperbolic. I'm being hyperbolic. That's the point.
Maybe a couple hundred million.
But they do this. Maybe it's something about intent, I suppose, more so than anything, because Avatar not only costs so much to make, but also makes that back in more. Yeah. So maybe that artistry and that passion that James puts into the film, I think is why, compared to a lot of other bigger budget spectacles, why it's doing better. Even franchise-wise, because like story-wise, it's nothing significant, super special, or incredibly out there. But it's made with such drive and focus that I can see why certain people would go to this.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like the fast movies. Like it makes What I'm listen, hold on a second.
I know what he means, but I can kind of let him go.
Overseas, a story like this hits because only in America, you're almost viewing it from the viewpoint of the RDG or whatever the fuck the bad people are, like the white colonists. So everyone
MAGA
has been a victim of this.
I see what you're saying.
So that's why I think it makes ridiculous amounts of money overseas, is because they are a victim like the Na'vi people are. And I think that's the main reason that these movies make a ton of money. And the only other movie I can compare a franchise that makes ridiculous amounts of money out of the States is Fast and Furious. For reasons that they don't connect, but
I think that's actually a very good point. That's a very good point that you make. I think that's why it resonates so much with people. And I think here in the United States, maybe not so much, because I think ideas like race and colonization and indigenous folks are so present and kind of top of mind when you live in the United States, and in other countries that's not so.
Maybe that Paris, Texas in me comes out when it comes to Avatar, because I'm like, oh fuck, here we go again. We're bad guys.
Them goddamn them blue creatures.
Get off
them
my
blue
lawn.
people. Get them blue creatures off my screen.
I don't like blue.
The point I was trying to make when I mentioned the Doomsday is what I'm saying is that in today's day and age, it's hard for movies to make $600, $700, $800 million. And the fact that Avatar made 350, I think, is indicative of its cultural kind of like also, staying power.
It's only been out for like a couple of days too.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is like a few days, not even a full week yet.
Revolutionary. That's almost unheard of.
Well, and I think
or it is unheard of.
The dispute with it, not dispute, but the things between that and Doomsday is that because there was such a big gap in these movies, except for like 2 and 3, is that they haven't had a chance to falter. They haven't really had a chance to have miniseries or have other shows that suck. And that's what's going to draw that money from Doomsday opening weekend. But
it's diminishing returns because there's that whole saying of like absence makes the heart grow fonder, and basically because you're not overly exposed to it. Like think about how many Disney Plus Marvel things dropped during COVID. It was literally everything they ever thought of making. Every fucking 5 minutes, it's like an angel gets its wings every time the fucking Marvel show introduced, right? Avatar was like, we're gonna make these movies and they're gonna drop when they are done.
Which well, it sits in festers. I said fester, and they didn't even
go. And they knew that their movies, like you were saying earlier, how they're movies that are made for screens, like for the cinema, for spectacle, right? And because you can't get that experience at home, Ted, I could see why they wouldn't like try to focus on that margin, because it would just be an inferior product as a whole and taint the brand. So I get okay. Maybe I'm coming around on Avatar. Maybe I'll rewatch it. Maybe I'm really making sense to myself
now.
And I'll watch Fire and Ash.
I wanted to ask what you didn't like about it, Matt.
Oh yes, I was about to say, but before we get to the next point, I was gonna say let's go ahead and discuss let's do this real quick. Let's do our ratings, our pros and cons, and then we'll get to the next point because I think that's gonna add to the discussion here in a minute. I guess I'll start it off, man. My rating for this movie, I don't know. I need to do one more rewatch, and then I'll have.
No, you gotta give your first viewing rating.
My
first viewing.
My initial rating was a 3 to a 3.5.
That's fucking.
And here's
crazy.
why. Here's why. While I don't think it's a bad film, I don't think it's because we've seen many a bad film this year.
At least 3.
More than that. I can start listing them off if you want.
Please don't.
I won't, because we're gonna be here all day. It's how did I word this in the chat? There's some portions of the movie where it doesn't do anything new for me, and by saying that I mean like the way that Way of Water introduced a new tribe and gave us a new culture within the Na'vi culture. I was like, holy shit, this is great. I'm dialed in. I'm enjoying learning about the water people, the water tribe, if you will. They introduced the Fire Nation, and they're like, all right, cool. These are fire bitches. They do this fire shit. They kamikaze bomb your wind sailors, and then that's it. We never got a deep enough dive into the Ash Clan to where I was like, I feel some kind of connection to them, because they basically framed it like, oh, these are just bad guy Na'vi. Well, yes, they have their own little mini backstory, but like we don't get enough of that. For where I'm like, okay, this is a very, and I get it. Luis is right. Varang is a very relatable character because she's been betrayed by her goddess. She's feeling very conflicted with her faith. That's relatable. But past that, I felt nothing for these characters. They're cool as shit. cool as shit. But other than that, I didn't care. And I think that's for me. That's what took me not away from the film, but it made me feel like I'm missing something. That's why I rated it to 3.5. I might move it to a 4 after I rewatch it. Who knows? But for right now, it's gonna stay around that 3.5. Pros, as you know, you be dangling these visuals. You be dangling that shit in front of me like keys in front of a cat. It's so beautiful.
Keys in front of a drunk person.
Also, they make the Na'vi look sexy as fuck. That's a pro.
Yeah, boy, get some claps in the chat for that, please.
I'm trying to
Can we get some applause?
Get that Nabusi up, boy.
Bro, no, he's right there. They look phenomenal in this movie. It looked really good in the second one too. Granted, time has progressed since the first film. 13 years has progressed since the first film. So obviously, it's going to look way sharper, way clearer. The third film is breathtaking. That scene of when they're flying with the air nomads, on those little like squid looking shits.
Yeah,
that was such a sick shot. And I know it's in trailers, so it's not really a spoiler, but it just looks so much better on the screen. You need to see that in real life.
Matt, your audio is tweaking.
Yeah, brother just went underwater.
Your mic is.
Oh, you're fine.
No.
Yeah, you're good now.
No, I was in the way of water. I was with the Metcaina tribe. Yeah.
I was over here adjusting buttons. I was like, what's going on, man?
I don't know. For Christmas, if y'all subscribe to our Patreon and we get verified and all that shit, can you please donate to the link in the bio so I can buy new mic?
That. Send me some money, y'all. We need it bad. I need it.
Just send me the money. I'll buy it myself.
Yeah, send me some.
We also need new jobs, so yeah, send us enough for that too. But no, that's just
honestly,
basically my pros and cons.
Just get us monetized.
So pros is it looks good.
It looks good. The soundtrack is good. The best performances in this movie are by Una Chaplin, freaking Stephen Lang, but I knew he was going to deliver because he delivered the last film too. And then I'll give Zoe as well. Zoe Saldana always delivers. I don't know the actor who plays Loak. I think he was better in. I don't know. I feel like we had more time with him in the second film. It was more. It gave him more room as
Britton Dalton. Dalton is his name. Britton Dalton.
Yeah. I think he did great as
Britton Dalton.
He did great in the second
Britton
film.
Dalton.
This one, I didn't think he had as much to do as he did in the second one. But then again, this is not his story yet. And then of course, whatever Spider's name is, just go ahead and throw that man from the film. Lyle, Lieutenant Get Some. He's a fucking gag character. Cool. That's all I got. Sigourney Weaver, we'll talk about that in a minute, but I didn't think she was that great. But yeah, that's all I got.
Well, Luis is the only other one that's seen the film. F.A., have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I do want to ask.
Okay, so this is like Shark Tank. You guys gotta woo us.
Luis gotta woo everybody because I'm over here.
Like, on God, the world is against you right now.
Is it split between you two, or is the consensus that it was a little mid?
Well, okay, so the only people who have seen it, FA, are Matt and Luis. And the consensus, Matt liked it for the most part, but he has like a small half, right? So like a small bit of detraction. So he's like a 0.5 towards the negative. Yeah,
what was the question you had?
Like 2.5 versus 1.
Luis, do you feel like it was lacking, or do you feel like it was great?
Yeah,
no, I thought it was awesome, dude. It fucking ripped from the get go. It fucking ripped from second one. From
propaganda.
Huh?
Propaganda.
Yeah, I'm bought in.
The agenda.
I think, but I think that's an interesting conversation as to what people decide, what people choose to really kind of like ride for and what not. Right? I think that's really interesting. Like what it is about certain art that really resonates with you and what doesn't. Right? And because this is a conversation we've been having this whole time, Graham has been really kind on this episode, but in the group chat, not so much. And I think that's so interesting because there's a lot of things that, like Lord of the Rings that I really do not give a fuck about, which you really ride for. So I think but yeah, if to answer your question, I loved it. I was like
Now,
vibrating in the seat, bro. I was just like it was fucking incredible, bro. Yeah, it was like a great cinematic experience.
Because I am going to see it, and I do like. Of course, it doesn't matter like what people's opinions are. I'm still going to shape my own opinion.
Of course.
But I do want to get kind of like like a vibe check on what people think about the film.
Yeah.
Did you like the first two, FA?
So I haven't seen the second one. The first one I saw back in the day. So it's been a hot minute.
Right.
But I enjoyed it when I saw it. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably bust down the second one and then go into
Good fucking luck.
It's good. It's not bad.
It's a lot, man.
Luis likes it. Luis and Matt like too. I said this before you joined. I've tried 4 times. 4 times. And like the first time I cut it in like 30 minutes. Second time I cut it like probably 40 minutes. Like it was like a 10-minute extension. Where I was like, man, I'm gonna give it like 10 more minutes, and then I'm like, it just didn't hit.
Well, that's one thing I'm kind of wondering, Luis. What would you say? What did you say the duration of this one was? Of Fire and Ash?
3 hours and 7. 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Jesus God!
Not long enough.
That's
my con. My con is not long enough.
And Avatar 2 is the same time. It's 3 hours 12.
But that's what I want to ask. That's what I want to ask. These films are getting longer as they go, it seems. And I wanted to ask because Matt also has the mixed review, and to me, I also would say Way of Water dragged for me to the extent to where today I was going to watch through the Avatar series and try to go see the third one. But I remembered the first one because I've seen it so many times that I was going to watch the second. I saw that 2 hour 43 and I said, no, I'll stay home. I'm fine.
I'd rather
Do
watch
you
fucking
think
Lord
that
of the
3
Rings.
hours, I almost did. I'm not even going to lie.
There you go.
But do you think that 3 hours and 15 minutes, a fucking leviathan of a time, is used to its maximum efficiency in this? Because you said it should have been longer.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Make it
There's
5
no way.
hours. 5 hours and 15 minutes.
Fuck.
I would have sat that. I would have sat in that bitch.
I'm sure there's a 5-hour cut too, right?
I hope so.
Well, someone said there was a 9-hour cut of the second one. I'm like, God, fuck that. The second one needs to be cut in half.
No, if you're real,
that
God,
master collection,
release that bitch right now.
That master collection is going to be like the first.
Here's what's crazy: it would make
DVD.
money.
Oh my God!
It would make money.
Oh, the
like,
Snyder
people would go and see that.
The Cameron cut.
The Cameron cut.
Let Luis give his rating now.
I gave it a 4.
Give it a 4, and I.
See, I was expecting a 4.5.
No, I gave it a 4 because I'm a true cinephile at heart, and I've seen 5-star movies this year, and I can't, in good conscience, give Avatar, Fire and Ash a 4.5.
What'd you give Knives Out?
4.5, I think.
What'd you give? Wait, what'd you give? Fire and Ash?
4 stars.
4.
But Sentimental Value is a 5-star movie, you know. Hamnet is a 4.5-star movie, you know. So I can't.
Okay,
Sinners 5-star. OBAA 5-star. F1 5.
OBAA 3 stars.
I'd say I'm almost
wrong.
One Battle After Another is a 5-star movie. That's just undebatable. But
Shut
I
up,
would
next.
say I'm almost
What's
bought
your
in.
hype for Avatar 3?
No, that's what I was trying to get into. I'd say I'm almost bought in, and for a 10% stake of interest in this movie, I would like to ask both you and Luis, Matt. Each film has to deal with an element, whether that's visual or like through some of the wildlife also represented in that area. You know, like when introducing more aquatic life, right? I would too, but let me ask: do they have any fire-related animals? Like a giant flaming worm or something. Like it's like give me something. I want some flame-related animal.
This is a
do they have
spoiler.
That?
No, I don't know if I should spoil that because it's a cool ass scene.
Spoil it.
Luis knows what I'm talking about. When she shot the arrow at dude. I don't want to spoil it.
It's just a yes or no whether or not there's a fire-related animal.
I wouldn't say it's an entity that can burst into flames on its own, but it's a cool ass scene.
No,
that involves
there's
fire.
not. AZ, no.
All right, yeah, I might be
You
out.
gotta let me use my sales lingo. I was about to pull him into the franchise, bro.
What are
No, because
I don't need.
I would have had to fight you.
My
As a
hype level for this is if I can put a gun to the back of my head and force myself to watch the second one, I'll say
Put the
my
gun in the
hype
back of your
level is
head. I'll
like
pull the trigger. It's cool.
Gun to,
Don't worry about
gun to the back of your head. Name 6 cartoons right now.
look.
it.
I would say my level for this is like a 1.5 because it's the third
Damn.
installment in a franchise that I think is just okay. Look, that's not a negative 1.5, right?
That's pretty
But
low.
like, I don't. It is low,
Out
but
of
I'm already
5,
not
it's-
invested after watching 2 of them, and they are 3 hours 15 minutes, dude. That's a lot, man. That's a lot to
Did you
devote to
watch
something I think is
Avengers?
just mediocre.
Did you watch Endgame?
Yeah, and I'd rather watch Endgame.
Did you watch
Yeah, but I was
The
invested in
Brutalist?
that.
No,
No,
you don't know. He
I
doesn't
didn't
know
Did you
what
watch-
the list is, brother.
Did you watch Oppenheimer?
Take an intermission. Just take an intermission when you watch.
Yeah.
Bro, I got up and ran to the
I didn't
bathroom on the
intermission Lord of
boring
the
part.
Rings. I took that shit
Came
straight
back.
bad.
I missed nothing because I'm
Beautiful.
fast
Just get
as
a-
fuck.
Cinema.
Play Subway Surfers and play it underneath.
Yeah,
you watching
I'll do
Avatar.
picture in picture, and
Yeah.
I'll like hold up a TN edit underneath the screen so I can like watch that while the movie's
Bro, I was
playing.
gonna
I'm holding
do
up
this
a
shit.
Yamcha edit when he's dead.
Kiko.
This
Nah,
Kiko,
but
scream Kiko.
I feel like
like,
it would be
together in the
easier
theater.
for you to digest if it was like on digital right now and you can watch it at home.
Yeah,
I
at
can
your own
watch
pace
this
is a lot
because I
easier.
don't think I could sit in a theater for 3 hours 15 minutes for
You
this.
can.
I have a
You
better. I
can.
have a better.
AZ's
I
brain
have a-
would short circuit, bro.
I think it's.
I-
I think that's something the
You're
movie
not
does
rocking with it.
better because at home, you know, like if I'm watching Avatar, like I'm gonna be on my fucking phone. But if I went and watched, like if I went and watched 2 in theaters, I probably would have a different like thought process of it.
A nigga
Because
like me
in the
falling
movie,
asleep in
like
the
you're
movie,
kind of forced, like you're forced to not be on your phone, except for Matt.
Oh, I'm not on my phone. No. I only text out the beginning of the movie, but like at the trailers, and I text out the end. Once I'm in that bitch, unless it's genuinely ass, I'm the only one in there. I'm not touching my phone. I have to be locked in. I have to digest. I have to really encapsulate and let the movie percolate into my system. You know what I'm saying? Let it permeate.
Not a
my,
multi-syllable
let
word.
it, let it penetrate my
here.
mind.
I need to let
Let
it percolate my
penetrate-
shit. I need to let it percolate my
I need to let
shit real quick.
penetrate my brain. You know what I'm saying?
Permeate through the bloodstream.
My cerebellum and enter my mitochondria and all that.
So I'll say my rating before going into this was dead ass at like a 0.5. Like I could probably care
That's
less.
fucked.
Y'all thought I
could
was
care-
being.
So hold on,
0.5?
Graham.
Goddamn.
Graham, wait.
I could
My
care
rating.
less.
My
I
rating
couldn't
for
care less.
my rating for the 2025 War of the Worlds was a 0.5 only because that's the lowest that it would let me rate it on Letterboxd. So you think the Avatar's worse than that film?
His hype for it.
Your hype is worse than that film?
Yes. Well, no, because
He doesn't
I give
give
that
a
a
shit.
0.
He doesn't
I could,
care.
People who
that,
receive
I-
draft
let's
letters
be
are more
objective.
like happy. Like that's
Yeah,
let's
like
be
that was a
objective.
bad one to compare it to. Like, I mean, because no
I don't
one.
know.
I didn't even know that thing was.
I just heard
I didn't
0.5.
even know that thing existed until I saw a clip of Cube behind the
It's
screen.
so bad.
Genuinely
the worst film.
For me, I don't anticipate giving this film less than a 3. Honestly, I haven't seen it.
Valid.
I don't know what I'm going to think about it, but just off of reputation, I don't think it gets less than a 3.
Repetition is such a great word to describe.
No, not repetition. Reputation.
Oh, reputation. Well,
Yeah.
let me fuck up my hearing and say that repetition is an issue I had
Graham
with
said-
the second one.
Graham said,
And-
"Fuck yes, that movie fucking."
Yeah, and what I'm getting from this third one. Luis kind of got me hyped up a little bit. I'd give it like a 1.5. Like I would like to see this in IMAX 3D. Cool. Am I gonna come out of it thinking anything above a 2.5? Probably not.
Yes, you will.
You'll probably say
Hold
a
on,
3.
I gotta
You
ask,
say a 3.
what's beef?
You'll
bro?
think about it.
What's beef?
Yeah, Graham.
Dude,
Explain
I
the
just
lore.
think
Explain
that
the
it is.
beefage.
I guess I happen to be one of those that, other than like certain things,
Oh, he hates it.
I mean, I guess it just depends. But like the things that are so overhyped or so hyped up that I tend to be the devil's advocate, and I'm like, bro, that is like y'all glazing it way too much. And
Mind
I thought
you,
that
he loves-
I
he
thought
loves
that
Lord of the
Snyderverse.
Rings, mind you.
No,
He
Lord,
loves
hold
the
on.
Snyderverse,
Hold on.
though.
Lord of the Rings is
That's the
legit.
thing.
No, let's
That doesn't matter.
I'm gonna
let's
pop
stop this.
Luis.
Let's
I'm
stop.
just
No,
saying.
Graham, I
I'm
got
just
you,
saying.
bro.
Do you know
I
how
got
funny
you.
it is? You know how funny it is to be like, you know, when stuff is overhyped, I'm the guy who's level-headed and dick rides
Let
Lord of the
me
Rings.
compare.
No,
Let me
see,
compare
if Graham-
awards
if
for
Graham
1
said-
and 2 of this compared to Avatar 1 and 2.
If Graham said
Avatar
some shit
clears,
like,
baby.
if Graham said some shit like The Hobbit, then I'd be like, yeah, he
And
glazed
it
it.
fell
But
in
Lord of the
faces
Rings
to
is
deal with your
genuinely a
bullshit.
cultural impact.
What's the
on
Hobbit?
film.
What's
Lord
the
of the
Hobbit?
Rings is
No.
like a cultural epic.
It's
Like,
it does what it needs to. That's why, like, anyone who says they thoroughly glaze and enjoy Lord of the Rings, it's valid, no matter what, because that whole
Ooh.
franchise
1000%.
alone. I don't think I read The Hobbit. I know that book came first and all that shit. I don't give a fuck about the Hobbit movies. I could care less. The first one is all right, but Lord of the Rings by itself, the trilogy, that
Look,
Two Towers is ingrained in my head.
Fa
Yeah.
and to just to
the
answer
siege
for,
is
to
beautiful.
speak for Graham, even though he doesn't need me to, he is on some a friend that's too woke bullshit, which I think is a really good point, which is like it's just a white savior movie
Oh.
and it doesn't offer anything new from a narrative perspective, which I think is a very valid,
Yeah.
very honest, very fair
I thought
criticism.
that since the first movie, every one of my homies, people I knew, love the first one. And I remember walking out of the first one, like, after the 2 minutes being like, damn, that shit looked cool. I had like the straightest face anytime someone would bring up Avatar for the first couple years. And then after that, I would like get angry. I'm like, I will not be a part of conversation.
He said, "You
Legit,
fucking sheep."
There's a tweet that I saw that was like Breaking Bad takes place in like 2008 or 2011, and nobody mentions avatars, and that shit wild. And then somebody quote tweeted it with a scene from Bones where they're
Yes,
like
bro.
watching it in
Mhm.
awe, and they're just like fucking slack jaw, just like, wow, cinema. This
That's
like
right,
Jesus
baby.
came
Real
back
shit.
in cinematic form, and I'm just like, I wish I
Where'd he
could
go?
be these people, but I will never get to this point because I don't get
Bros,
it. I don't.
Avatar disconnected.
I don't get it. Maybe one day I'm gonna be like Frank Reynolds in that episode of Always Sunny, and I'm gonna be like, I get it now. Maybe that'll happen. Maybe my
I'll
heart
say,
will grow 3 sizes and I'll like the blue people.
I'm kind of
But
like you,
I'm
AZ.
just not moved.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
like you, AZ, where I'm kind of indifferent to it. I do recognize it for what it is, being like a cinematic marvel, but at the end of the day, it's not really my cup of tea. If it
It's a
was, I would
movie
have
of
seen
all
the damn
time,
movie. I
bro.
would have seen the second movie. But I do think that I have a curiosity about it just because it is such a cinematic, giant and stuff like that. And I can't help but think about the parallels to The Last Airbender. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Every fucking movie is the same tribe as the fucking book in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the second book is the water, the third book is fire. Like, what's brother gonna do? Is Toph gonna show up in Avatar 4? Like, bro, there's a war on Boston Say, aka Pandora. They're gonna say there's a war on Pandora, and
I do.
Avatar
I
Avatar 4
believe there's only
Earth Song.
There are
there's
going to
only
be
one thing that
6 of them.
There's
gonna be
6 of them.
There's going to
Oh
be
my
6
god!
of them,
It's
right?
gonna be 12
Oh yeah,
hours.
That means there's got to be. That means
there's gonna be
pretty
an
much
Earth Nation.
5 and 6 are probably going to be like their end game and Infinity War, where it's like a big ass battle, and then
I think they're gonna do some shit where because when they go past elements, they're gonna go into like mind, body, soul, or then maybe like do like a part
they
1,
said
part
that
2,
it's
or
going
something.
into.
I mean, that's kind of what Avatar
it's
is
coming back
already,
to Earth.
mind, body, and soul stuff.
Yeah. So real quick, I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and touch on that. So with the future of Avatar, James Cameron has indicated that he wants to do this as long as he's physically able to.
Good.
And
man,
this man is what, in his 70s?
90.
He's in his 70s. Yeah, till you're 90. He's in his 70s, and we're already on
Till
the
you're
third
90,
film.
you're never leaving.
They've already drafted plans for the 4th film. Avatar 4 will be hitting theaters in 2029, 4 years from this month. And I think there's going to be a slight time jump. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I know it's going to be a slight time jump. Carrie's supposed to be a narrator. Avatar 5 is supposed to be hitting in 2031, and that's when they're allegedly going to be going to Earth. the Na'vi are going to be coming. They're going to be bringing Pandora to Earth.
So how's the body projection going to work?
How's the what?
Like, because they get into the machine to transfer into the Na'vi body.
Yeah.
So Na'vi come to Earth, then the niggas who are in the machine,
they're gonna come out of the machine.
They're gonna come out. The Na'vi are gonna come out the machine and be humans, or are they gonna still be Na'vi and just be big ass blue people on Earth?
Or is a nigga gonna be in Pandora in a Na'vi body and he can come to Earth and see his body? He can see his body in the machine.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy.
These movies are going to be coming out like so far apart and with such advanced technology made just like in between them. By the time we get to like Avatar like 5, they're just going to have actual lab bred Na'vi in the film.
In real life.
Like I won't be surprised.
They'll be homegrown blue people on Earth.
Yeah. We took the DNA.
And what's crazy is it'll probably be a different color. Like they'll
took green gumbo and a blueberry and fuse them into one perfect form.
And they're purple.
It's like Planet of the Apes and Secret Wars combined together.
Like type shit.
Together.
Don't know who's secretly
Optimus Prime and Megatron will return in Doomsday.
Now,
in Avatar 5.
One thing I wanted to ask before we touch on the performances real quick, is James Cameron the GOAT or is he washed? And here's why I think
I think washed is way too far on the extreme spectrum.
Is it?
I would say he teeters. Because he's not even washed. I would say he's more so coached.
Ridley Scott is washed.
Give an example of someone who's washed.
He's at a stage where
Ridley Scott is not.
Yeah, Ridley Scott's genuinely washed.
Because
I would say James Cameron's at a point where
Gladiator versus he's done Prometheus and the other shit.
Yes,
I wouldn't say he's washed.
10 years ago, but look at Napoleon. Let me pull.
He did Napoleon.
Yeah, that shit's ass, brother. And he's supposed to be the god of historic epics. You know, Gladiator 2 is cool.
But the thing is, I would say more so with James Cameron. I would say the reason why James Cameron has been able to have the success with Avatar and been able to make it the way he wants is because he is James Cameron. And much like other celebrities, like you view somebody like the level of fame of like, I wouldn't say Denzel. Denzel just continues to be greater every single time he shows up. But you take something like somebody who reaches a level of fame like a Beyonce or a Harry Styles or like somebody who's like that upper echelon. They've been doing it for so long. Pharrell could fart into a microphone
Harry
for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't.
Hold on.
Subtract that. I was thinking of just generic. I was thinking of just generic garbage for a split second. More so, people have reached a level of fame. Like you have your Beyoncés, you have your Pharrells, right? You have people who can release art that is just them farting into a microphone for 2 minutes while a cricket chirps in the background, and they'd be like, that's great. They can release whatever because they have that level of success and artistry. And I feel like James has reached that where you can just kind of coast. You can just do whatever. That's why he's able to make things like Avatar.
But that's the difference between
nothing else.
And Ridley Scott and the other people is that he doesn't want to just coast and make mid.
He's trying to make
as much as I think Avatar is mid as a franchise, I think he is the one of the last few to me like
he has the pageantry still there.
Who's gonna have the passion to make a movie, one that he wants and one that he's gonna put as much of his effort and power into. So I don't think he's washed. I would be on the train.
I think he's in the most comfortable position he could be in for his career. I'd say that more so than washed or coasted.
Do you think Spike Lee is washed compared to where he was at one point?
Yes.
I heard some things about highest to lowest that's making me like, okay, now I might have an eyebrow raise. Because I mean, Spike Lee, that's a name that you synonymize with great film work, and you're like, how can anything be bad from Spike? It's like saying Denzel is a bad actor. You know, how can you say Denzel's a bad actor? How can you say this role he's doing is bad? Because him in fucking in Gladiator 2, he's good.
He's the reason that movie is I say watchable. It's cool, but it's by far the best part of the movie, and it's what's going to draw people to rewatch the movie for sure.
Mind you, I went into that movie wanting to see what Paul Mescal does, because I've been at that point I was like I'm on the train, but I already knew Denzel was going to be the draw. But the point is, like, Spike Lee, dude, let's think about all the stuff he's
Black Klansman,
Boys
the
in
Five
Hood.
Bloods.
Like, he's so fucking.
No,
And those
he
are
didn't do
and
Boys
those
in the
are
Hood.
No, my fault.
recently
That's not Boys in the Hood.
That's what I'm saying. He
Do the right thing.
Yeah,
My fault.
I
Do the right
recently
thing.
rewatched Do the Right Thing
My black card
back
in
to back
jeopardy
with
right now.
God, what is it?
Jungle Fever, Mo Better Blues, Malcolm X. Get on the bus.
No, it's there's two that he was made with Tupac, or three of them.
Spike Lee
with
might
Pac.
be the switch,
Spike
actually.
Lee
Where
made a
he,
movie with Tupac?
And there's one I can't remember.
What do you
It's
mean
where
with
Tupac
Am I
ends up
tripping?
shooting his friend during the robbery.
Nah, you're talking about Juice. Nah,
No, Spike
Spike
Lee
Lee
didn't
didn't
do.
do. He didn't do Juice.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I did recently rewatch Do the Right Thing though, and I was watching this and I was like, "There's heart here. There's like a good, a hunger to it, right?" And Spike Lee's modern films don't have that. But then you like to steer the conversation back to a director like James Cameron. I almost said James Gunn. Wow, that is really, really easy to mess up with just like
I did it earlier.
cool white nerdy bearded guys. Like they're right there. But like he doesn't feel washed to me to where like he's still able to dedicate this much creativity into his passion project and still have enough energy to want to put that towards other films and not just make Avatar for the rest of forever. He's still willing to innovate
as well. That is a good point.
So I'll give him that. I think that Avatar, the misses more so lie within like micro bits of the film itself. Like Matt, you were saying you had issues with the cast. With certain actors in it.
Now is my time to shine. So if you want to hear me slander, all right. So let's start from the top. Let's start from the very top. We're gonna start with our lead. Who's that? Who's that fuzzy boy? Who's that?
It's my boy Nemo.
Nemo, what's up, bro?
Hey, Nemo.
I'd show y'all Jupiter, but he's passed out on the couch right now. He don't want to talk.
I've got two.
My dog.
Oh my god.
I've got two.
It's cool though.
I got two little boys.
Cool,
I got a little boy on the way too.
It's up.
You like that?
But yes, bro. Let's start at the top with our leading man, our legend, savior, Sam Worthington, bro. Who dog it? Oh my god, and another dog.
Yeah, it's my boy ASAP.
I'm not gonna try to get my cat because she will try to bite me. So we're just gonna let this rock and go into what Matt has to say.
No, AZ on the same page. I almost picked my cat up. I'm like, he gonna kill me. He gonna murder me in my sleep.
Horrible creatures.
I'll put him right there.
I love him though.
He's a sweet boy. But the minute you wrong him, man, it's like satire.
Sam Worthington peaking Clash of the Titans.
Dog. Sam Worthington's best film is Clash of the Titans, and that's a god awful.
I love
Clash of the Titans. Oh my goodness.
It was good. It was good when it came out. I didn't know any better.
Wrath of the Titans was mid, but
that shit was ass.
I'd say it's Terminator Salvation, but that's just my
Terminator Salvation. Oh my god,
that's a sleeper. That is one of the most underrated films to me. I think
it's not that bad.
Don't do that.
No.
It's
I like it
because
a lot.
Terminator Salvation feels like it feels like
it's where the franchise went bad.
It feels
Terminator 3 sucked balls.
Yeah, you're right. My fault. Rise of the Machines. Yeah.
No, not too much on Rise of Machines. Rise of Machines is almost camp. It's almost 2000s camp.
That is true. That is true.
Terminator Salvation, bro, it just feels fucking boring. And I understand the idea of like the story where we're closer to the time with Kyle Reese and stuff. With John Connor and Kyle Reese and everything, but like, bro,
I do agree that there should have been more. But I think the world in that movie,
I think
it felt like a PS3 game.
I said that about Avatar before you joined.
But even people between like Terminator 2 and 3, right? There's that disconnect between like old versus young John Connor, but those are played by two different actors. In this movie, you have Sigourney Weaver playing like a child, like a 15-year-old girl, but it's just Sigourney Weaver. And like even when I was like looking in the trailers, I'd be like,
Hey, what? It's
Yeah, and
Salvation?
Avatar. Oh, he's talking about.
We're talking about Avatar.
Avatar.
And in Avatar.
We'll talk about Sigourney, but we're talking about Sam Worthington being dog ass. I'm just now.
It's just like, dude, he's milk and toast. There's what is there to say about Sam Worthington?
From
Just vanilla.
In 2009, I'm not going to talk about his films
He
prior
is
to
very
2009.
bland in Terminator.
He was
I
in
think
Terminator.
It works, but he is bland.
He was in Terminator Salvation, Avatar, and Clash of Titans back to back. A string of just average films. If you, well, not Avatar. Avatar not average. His performance is average.
Those are
Avatar
like attempts at blockbuster films, pretty much.
Yes, those are three massive IPs, bro.
Big swings and misses.
That's like you get three.
And what's crazy?
LeBron James.
And it's crazy because Clash kind of popped off. Terminator tanked. And Avatar obviously blew up into this fucking worldwide phenomenon. And it's crazy that he of all people is the lead in those.
Yeah, Terminator.
I think.
Yeah,
I
guess I like it because it has the Alice in Chains song in it. That might be my fucking.
I just. It's just amazing. Like, I think if I remember correctly, I might be misremembering confusing Sam Worthington with another actor, but there's like something about like he was just a dude working at Home Depot. They're like, hey, you want to try to go for this role? Want to do this?
He was like, yeah, sure,
he did.
I'll do it. Yeah, sure, mate.
Matt Damon has the flu. He's allergic to Matt Damon's allergic to success and overwhelming amounts of wealth. So
he's British, so they got like whatever the British equivalent of Home Depot.
It did feel like the Hollywood was pushing him pretty heavy because I mean, because it's crazy because Salvation had Christian Bale, who at the time was on Batman and all this shit, and it felt like they were. Like it felt like they were pushing.
He's got
Sam Worthington more in that movie.
I believe it's The Prestige, correct? That's the other that is with Christian Bale as well, right?
Christian Bale
and Hugh Jackman, right?
Hugh Jackman,
right? Christian Bale. There's The Machinist, right? He has all these like really great roles that he had been in around the same time.
American Psycho.
That was before this little run though, like this little era
even
of Christian
before,
Bale.
Yeah. That late 2000s era, he was just on a fucking tear, right? And then you juxtapose that to like Sam Worthington, who I think
tearing in the opposite direction.
Right? Not a good actor, not a great actor, like a landslide winner. I think he's just, but that's what I'm saying. He's all right. He's a good everyman. He's a good type of character to keep you enough invested where you can facilitate a story around him, but the world and everything else moves around him as well. So you're not focused on just having him be the leading man, as opposed to somebody like Paul Mescal, who is amazing and has all this charisma, but leading man potential wise, at least for Gladiator 2, wasn't as prevalent.
Right.
And
I think
everybody,
it's crazy that you have Sam Worthington leading this franchise for the third movie now. And he's working across Zoe Saldana.
Talented.
That's a good check.
And it's like, if you want to talk about spectrum, that's complete opposite ends, I think.
Polar opposites.
And that should prompt you to want to perform better. When you're being surrounded by elite talent in Stephen Lang and in Zoe Saldana and even Sigourney, as she is in this movie.
Why the fuck would he be incentivized to perform better though? Because
he's got to.
He get paid
because he want to bring up the caliber. Because think about it, it's like The Boys, right? The Boys is not the most well-written show, right? But when you have everybody else acting circles around Huey's actor Jack Quaid, right? It's very noticeable by comparison. And Starlight, right? But when you have all these people acting their asses off, that comparison is noticeable. So you want to get yours up to a good caliber, so you don't stand out for all the wrong reasons and bog down the whole.
Kind of proves how bland he is and how obvious, like
Sam Worthington. But he ain't motherfucking Timothy Chalamet. It's not like he really gives a fuck.
Oh God! Thank God Luis isn't on here. He'd actually blow his fucking head off on this camera. Timothy Chalamet.
Like, a nigga like Timothy Chalamet actually give a fuck about like acting for real. Sam Worthington.
That's true.
Probably,
yeah. But that's why I'm not too hard on him, because I'm like, he does what he does. He serves his purpose.
At the end of the day, they really can't do this movie without him. Not saying that they can't replace him.
Oh, they can, bro. I got an idea in my head. It's real easy.
No,
is it you, man?
No, it's not me.
This is 9 hours invested in a Sam Worthington character.
I'm telling you, it's very easy to move on without Sam Worthington. They've introduced many different characters. It's very straightforward. Time jump, make one of the sons or daughters the
He'll
main
probably
character.
die in the fourth movie.
Kill Jake.
Is this not predictable that he's probably going to die in the next movie if he didn't die in this movie?
They're going to blow his shit smooth off,
Yeah,
bro.
that's what I'm saying.
They're going to kill Spider. They're going to kill him. Inshallah, please.
The thing you have, what I've read on Twitter is that the Suns actors are kind of shit. So it's like, damn, you're going from hard shit to probably soft baby shit. Which one's better?
It's like their best follow-up for a lead is maybe like Neytiri, but I don't know.
But see, the chance to make her the lead, should have been the second film. The first film could have been an introduction to her as a character, but the second film could have been her movie. Right now, we're 3 films deep, and we haven't had a movie focusing on her. Now, if they do that for the 4th film, cool. We'll see how it works. But anything past that, you're running a risk. You're running a risk of like, bro, this story's too drawn out. You are just now making the main female character a lead focal point for the story. Like, come on. So I don't think James is that, I guess, foolish to miscalculate or misuse Neytiri in a future film like that. But we'll see. I think the point is Sam Worthington can't actually lead a film. He's not him. He doesn't have it. He's very stale. He gives me, how do I say this? Jason Clarke gets some shit roles, but he's a great actor. Whereas Sam Worthington is just a boring actor, but he gets stellar roles that he should be killing. You know,
well, he really does get roles because these are the only movies he's been in the last few that you know of.
But here's the thing. All right. Let me ask you then. If you what if you compare that on the flip side to somebody like Sigourney, who you said you also kind of had a little bit of a gripe with in this film, who's a prolific actress.
A little bit of a gripe. Big gripe.
A big gripe with Sigourney with Ellen Ripley.
Luis does
the
too.
ghost.
Luis does too.
I'll read Luis's statement before I go into mine. Luis says, and I quote, he says, "Talk about how I think Sigourney playing a 15-year-old is so stupid. LOL. 15-year-old girl with an old ass voice." 100% agree. 100% agree. Kiri is supposed to be a teenager, preteen, whatever the fuck, Na'vi aged youth, an adolescent Na'vi.
A youth.
Why the fuck do you mean a 78-year-old Sigourney Weaver is doing the voice of this child?
Is it because she got put into that body? Is that why it is? Or is
and
this
I think
like
that's
Sigourney
what they're going for. Because like, what has she done?
Character's daughter?
Huh? Say it again.
Is this the daughter she's playing or voicing the daughter of Sigourney Weaver's like old?
So
character?
So
pretty much.
So essentially, what like Sigourney Weaver's avatar body had an immaculate conception baby. They don't know how, but they're like
Jesus of the Na'vi.
We got this.
Jesus was blue.
Or Majin Buu Russian nesting doll situation. I don't know, but there's a second Sigourney. Sounds exactly like. Granted, they don't drag out the mystery as much, but like it is enough to where you're like, dude, I know what Sigourney Weaver sounds like. That is a grown, fully adult woman, Sigourney Weaver, in their child's body.
It's very unnerving to look at Kiri and be like, this is a teenager, and she goes, "Father," and it's like an older voice. I'm like, whoa.
Or like. You know, if y'all have seen the new season of Stranger Things, the best comparison I can think of is
having these grown ass kids playing.
It's not even just that; it's specifically Finn Wolfhard's character's little sister, Holly, who's supposed to be like 7 years old, but she's like, "Yeah, brother, I just don't know about this. I'm scared because Vecna is pregnant anymore. Really, guys." And I'm like, that's a grown adult voice. That's like a 17-year-old voice coming out of this like allegedly 7-year-old child. It's freaky. It creeps me the fuck out. Yeah. It's such a disconnect. I'm 36. Like it's
I feel like it does disconnect you because it's like why like
it took
why?
me.
There's already that element of like the uncanny with like the phases. So that plus that is just God.
The thing with Avatar, the avatars themselves don't really look like their human counterparts. It's just big ass cat people, honestly. And So that's where they benefit. Like it doesn't look exactly like Sigourney Weaver, but if I keep hearing this voice, this is supposed to be a child, bro. What the fuck? Also, what happens when? I'm not putting this in the air, but let's just say we get about 15 years down the line, Sigourney's, either too old to do the role. She moves to the next phase of life, whatever. What are you supposed to do? What the fuck do you do? You already put yourself in a box. This is a child character.
By then, AI will have replaced us all. It's fine. We've got it covered. Don't worry about it.
AI cannot do the diabolical things my mind can.
What'd you say?
AI can never replicate
she'll
my
have grown older and she'll just get another voice. Maybe
that's you know what? Yeah, you're right. My fault.
Well, they should have just done that.
She somehow sounds younger than she did as a child.
Yeah, but they should have just done that from the get-go, I think.
Get fucking Katy Perry voice and shit.
Oh God!
They have
Katy Perry make me fucking hate this shit anymore.
You said Katy Perry?
My father died in the action Navi.
I'll blow my shit smooth off. If I hear Katy Perry Smurfette ass voice, I'll blow my shit smooth off.
Yo, why not have Chris Pratt voice the child? Walk with me, gentlemen.
Stop this.
Walk with me.
I'm not walking.
I have Katy Perry.
Here we go.
You tell me this cat person's Garfield?
I'm not walking.
Bill Murray?
Mario. Bill
Murray as like child Navi Sigourney Weaver is a hilarious concept. That is actually pretty good. I think I feel like the last and final thing we should decree is ultimately
Wilson, not his brother Luke.
What do you guys think is the end game of this? Where do you guys see this franchise going? Because I don't get it. Maybe Earth is the goal, options, but I don't know.
Two options. Yeah, I agreed. He said he said maybe 8 films, maybe 10. It's gonna reach Fast and Furious in terms of length and longevity.
What do you think it's gonna get flanderized? I'm thinking like 6th installment. 6th to 8th, around that.
I'm thinking 7th because I feel like by then people will be burnt out.
It would take a bomb. Like it would take a bomb. And the fact that like in 2022, because if the one in 2022 would have came out in like 2021, it would have fucking bombed. It would have bombed because of pandemic and stuff.
Yep.
We don't know. It's already expensive as fuck with the regular budget, and the marketing is twice as much. So it would have fucking bombed. So it would take like a bomb or like a bad return on investment for them to stop making the movies.
I think when James is dead,
depending on who takes over,
he would end it before he's dead, and then it kind of almost be like it's done,
immortalized.
He would time it down. He would time like the last and final day before they wrap
like
down to his
who
pulse.
Would dead ass make like a contract with a clause in it that's like, hey yo, when I'm done, when this is it, or when I'm dead, don't fucking don't touch it. I hope he wraps it up. I mean, I'm sick that he's making a fucking 4th.
I think that
you wrap it up with 5. You wrap it up with 5. You got one more claim to show, and then you go back to Earth.
I think 6. I think 6 might be a good number because it's like 3 and 3. I just like that balance is there. Maybe I'm thinking with the Star Wars.
His point about a bomb is right though, because it should still making money.
AZ might be onto some two things. First of all, the bomb part is also a good point because these films make a shit ton of money on their own. Regardless, on their own, they're going to make a fuck ton of money. So it would have to be genuinely bad to bomb outside of like some existential circumstances. We get into another pandemic, fucking the world shuts down again. That's the only way I can see it bombing financially.
Blanket EMP.
Outside of the film being legit shit. Now the second thing, AZ makes a good point too. The first 3 films have been on Pandora. Let's say the second set of films, the next saga, is on Earth. We're figuring out how to get to Earth.
3's too many. There's no way.
I see.
If you do it on Earth,
you can stretch out a human Navi war. Okay.
You can.
Think about
so bad that no,
because Graham, think about Planet of the Apes.
Do you know how much shit happens on Earth? Do you know how much shit happens on Earth? Not even in the movies. We lived through 13 films this week, and it's only Tuesday.
Not even just that, Graham. I want to give you an example of a film franchise that isn't connected but is.
True.
How many Predator films are there, Graham?
I was just about to say
Eight.
I was just about to say
How many? How many Terminator films are there? And those aren't as like financially lucrative as this.
Because in Avatar, I feel like he's gotten into a window where you can't go far in the back. You can't go far in the future. In Predator, you can go wherever the fuck you want.
That's
you
true.
can say
true.
You don't have to.
Terminator.
Hold
Same
on.
with Terminator.
You don't.
You
don't have Earth and one other planet. That's like because
Pandora.
Pandora. There's not going to be other avatars on the other planets. And if it's like, oh, we go to another planet with orange people, that's just lame. By that point in the story, you just got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Because I think with Predator that it's such a grown out universe already that there's no end to storytelling. There's obviously thousands of years of humans that they tend to hunt. Other planets with other known creatures. In Avatar, you have
other
just
species.
Human
Who's to say they don't have their own sentient races and cultures too? Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that
there's more wiggle room. Yeah,
Terminator is also kind of stuck in that window of when the rise of the machines, which is before when the machines took over, and then after, and it focuses around John Connor so much that it's almost like Star Wars. Like you're not going to have something that's not linked to John Connor. So you have to keep it within, say, like 100 years. Avatar, I don't think you can.
Okay. So let's say instead of 6, you do 5, right? So that way you can still keep the element motif, right? You can get to Earth. You can do the
I think by the time it reaches Earth, that it's on such a bad, like shit's gone real south that you can't, like, either Earth has to be just completely destroyed. They either take over and then like, okay, honestly, they take over. Now this kind of might be cool if they take over Earth, then you do a movie after that and see, kind of like Planet of the Apes, and then you see how the Na'vi have either taken over Earth or what Earth looks like under their. But here's the thing, now they've turned into the white man, like into the colonization.
The oppressors become the oppressed. The oppressed become the oppressed.
See, now that could be.
I like that.
I'd watch that shit.
I'd watch the shit out of it
because that does sound interesting. But then it could also fucking branch out into 10 more movies, which I don't want.
That's true.
But like, it is kind of like you could dead ass do the apes. They take over Earth, and then you have warring factions of Avatar fighting the oppressing Avatar.
And Graham, you guys haven't seen the second and third one, but they've already introduced different tribes of Na'vi.
Yeah.
So we know that there's probably more than just the ash and water tribes. Right. Yeah. So to get to another planet, for them to get to Earth, let's just say, and I like this concept because it makes a lot of sense. Let's say that they've been trying to, however many years into the future, they're trying to like make Pandora into this new Earth, this sustainable planet. The way that they were moving around in Peacemaker, trying to find a new Earth to
new Pandora.
Yeah, so that
it's on Earth.
So the humans come to Pandora. They're like, we're gonna take over Pandora. We're gonna use the resources. Blah blah blah. Pandora's like, fuck that. We're gonna go back to Earth. We're gonna save y'all's planet. Also, that is now new Pandora, like you said. And then they just start doing shit out there. And now we have a new set of stories. What the fuck is a Na'vi doing in Chicago, bro? What the fuck is a Na'vi doing in Atlanta, Georgia? Why are you at Magic City?
That could be
what's
cool.
Going on?
But
Kevin Durant finds out he's been 30% Na'vi this whole time, and that's why he's still like that.
H-Town legend, bro. Shout out Rockets.
H-Town legend.
All fire.
But also, the other part of me is like, then it really is going to be, which I already think is that, and it's already derivative of this colonization story, blah blah blah, and now it's like, oh, now they're doing Dune Messiah, where he's leaving Iraq, it's gonna go take over. Like, we've heard this shit before, we've seen it with Planet of the Apes. So, what would be, to me, the best and most interesting way you do that storytelling is they do go to Earth, they do take over, and then you fucking end the franchise.
End it. Let it be.
You
let it be. And then let people form their own opinions after that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Then
we might have just written some shit. Hold on. James Cameron.
Hey, what's funny is if he does this, then I'll count it as the most predictable thing ever, and that's another tack against this fucking franchise.
Graham never missed. Graham never miss.
The greatest double-edged sword. Oh my god.
Graham never miss.
You know who else doesn't
I
miss?
agree. Oh, go ahead, AZ.
I was gonna say another person who else doesn't miss is us on this amazing episode of the Cinestro Core. The sensational episode of Cinestro Core. Thank you so much for watching, listening, and or tolerating our analysis and breakdown of the Avatar franchise. Just our antics, our shenanigans. Greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. And if you really like what we do, then you're gonna love what they do over at Backstage OL. They are a great help. Our very own David is a nice little correspondent for them, and they have all the latest behind the scenes info, all the backstage interviews you want to know about. You want to see what The Rock's doing, go ahead, ask them. They probably have talked to him at some point. If you want to know what's happening, when it's happening, especially with all the doomsday news dropping, say you're an MCU fan, you want to keep up with that, follow them. They got the lowdown, they got the skinny. And speaking of skinny, go ahead and follow my newly getting skinnier, slimmer body over at Tari Singo on YouTube and Twitch, where I do video game things. But right now, I'm kind of only doing YouTube as my internet is not strong enough.
Frodo?
What the fuck?
Graham, check out. He got Frodo.
It's actually kind of sick.
Frodo.
I got this out of a loot crate a few years ago.
Hell yeah!
I always forgot about loot crate.
Yeah. Fucking Loot Crate.
But I do comic book related things. There's a video that I'm working on right now. It's probably gonna end up dropping after Christmas. About how Santa is somehow the most broken character in all of comics. It doesn't make any sense, but like it's fascinating. He is insanely broken.
You can make it a bazooka if you want to.
Before we carry on to the next point,
he's like Forge from X-Men.
I do want to talk about it. Yes, thank you. He's like Forge from X-Men because that motherfucker got that bag. He can do any fucking thing with that bag, bro. Santa Claus.
And also, there's
my girlfriend and I watching the Santa Claus right now. This nigga is unlimited magical potential, bro. Magic based character.
Santa is the most powerful sorcerer in all of Marvel, and he's also the most powerful mutant to have ever existed because he has like multiversal level manipulation. Like it's fucking stupid. It's
Beyonder.
Beast with dark side for fun. Like he's just bored. like he's just awesome. He just like that. But go ahead and stay tuned for that video whenever it drops. And last but not least, speaking of drops, if you want to know whenever we're dropping or whenever we're just going to do something a little crazy, a little wacky,
subscribe to check out twitch.tv/StarSingo. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah. Check out my Twitch. It's on hiatus right now because I got to get my internet back to good speeds. I'm on shitty ass AT&T and it's awful. I can't stream.
Let me tell you, bro.
So we're just uploading videos
right now.
AT&T too.
We're
ass trash and
AT&T. I'll retract that if you run us a check.
Yeah. Matter of fact, run us 2 checks each, $5,000 more.
But I gotta finish this in 1 minute because it's my birthday in 1 minute. So I'm gonna try to close this episode before then. Follow us at Cinestro Corp on all platforms. That is no S at the end. If you put an S at the end, you will not find us, but we will find you to keep up with all the up-to-date things on what we're doing, when we're doing it, how we're doing it. Thank you so much. What words are hard so very much for watching, listening, and share with your friends, enemies, loved ones, whoever you got. And I hope that you have a Merry Christmas and happy holiday season to everyone, one and all. We love you, and we'll see you.
Happy birthday,
AZ.
At the movies. Everybody, wish AZ a happy birthday right now. Tweet us tweet at AZ happy birthday. Subscribe
to Tari Singo
right now. And
Tari Singo.
YouTube remonetize me for Christmas, please. I'm begging you.
And have a good night.